Hello folks, and welcome back to another video. So I haven't been uploading for a while, but yes, today I thought I would give you a spooky story today about a creature of unknown origin called the rake. So I hope you enjoy this video, and anyways, let's hop straight into it. It was late at night. I've just woken up and thought my husband has gone out of bed to use the bathroom. So we used that opportunity to steal back the covers for a while. As I did, I felt something holding me back from the other side of the bed. I looked over and it was my husband, just sitting there, looking at the end of the bed. I was about to apologize and say, "Why is he up so late?" And then he went, "Shh," he said, and then pointed to the end of the bed. I didn't know what he was on about. It took a while for my eyes to get adjusted to the dark, and then, once they did, I saw it. At the foot of the bed stood a creature. It was white and pale. Looks like it hasn't eaten in days. And it was hunched over in this disturbing position. It was horrific. I wanted to help the creature as it looked like it was ran over by something. After a while of staring at this horrific sight, it eventually turned around. It saw us. Its eyes were hollow and dark. You could almost see the devil in them. It crawled over to the bed in this kind of flailing kind of way. It eventually got to my husband. He scrambled back as far as he could. It put his long, bony hand on his knee for about 5 seconds, but it felt like hours. It then said nothing and just walked off down the stairs into where the children's room was. I then heard a scream from my daughter. We quickly ran down the stairs, turning on all the lights that we could, but it was too late. The creature was gone, but what we did find was disturbing. In the corner of the room was my daughter, rocking back and forth over and over again, repeating the same thing. "He is the rake. He is the rake." My husband quickly hopped in the car and said to stay here in case that thing came back again. He took our daughter to the hospital to see if whatever that thing did to her was actually harmful. But sadly, that they weren't so lucky. That night, their car drove into a lake. They both drowned, sadly. I now only had my son, and he was the only one who didn't see that creature. It was about 2 weeks after that incident. I started to record my sleep to see if anything happened. I read some articles online about the creature, and it said that this thing visited them multiple times. So when I recorded my sleep, I eventually did the same thing. I just sort of drifted through it, trying to hear anything that sounded a little bit odd or unusual. This usually took an hour as it was pretty long and it wasn't that exciting. But one day, I heard something very weird, and it didn't sound like sleep at all. It was this weird sort of mumbling noise. I knew it was him. I started to repeat it over and over again, thinking I can decipher it. I haven't shown the thing to anyone. I haven't showed the recording to anyone yet. One time, the son went into his mum's room, and then eventually he found this. His mum lying on the ground, dead. He didn't even know why, but the same clip repeating over and over again. To note beside her saying, "I can't take it anymore."